When you want me to come, holla. When you want me to come, call me. When you want me to come, I'll be around. When you want me to come, holla. All right, y'all. Welcome back. This is another episode of the Play It Loud podcast. I'm your host, Ceelo. On this week's episode, we got a song that reemerged because of social media and everybody want to dance and line dance. We got the 2004 song, I'll Be Around by Thomas DeCarlo Calloway Burton, better known as the great Ceelo Green, or as Timbaland said in the song, Sweet Sugar Low. Before we get into the episode, please go like us on our socials at the Play It Loud Podcast, Facebook, Instagram, on YouTube. Now You're Talking Network, and you'll see the Play It Loud Podcast. And another thing, we're going to start offering sponsorship spots back here on our back wall where Ceelo Green is at in our window. So if you're interested in that, please contact Now You're Talking Network, subject matter the Play It Loud Podcast, sponsorship or ad space. Hit us up, man. We're looking to help small businesses grow our brand, grow your brand, so everybody win, win, win. Let's get into it. So let's get into what the song is about and where the samples come from. The song is actually a cover of a classic hit by American soul R&B group, The Spinners, released in 1972. If you don't know, the song I'll Be Around, which is the same song as this song that Ceelo did, I'll Be Around. The song is about their confidence and ability to perform and create music. The lyrics are mostly about the talent, style, and southern roots. The opening verse talks about Ceelo's unique flow and accent, which makes him stand out from others. He's always ready to give his best and deliver a great performance. Timbaland also shares his love for the South and describes how they do it around these parts. Oh, when you want me to come, holla. Let's get into these bars. So if you heard the song before, it's not really a lot of bars in it. But I just want to do it because this is one of my favorite songs back in 2004 when I was riding around in my Chevy. I just felt like at that time, this song really didn't get a lot of play because I was like one of the few people that actually played it in my area. But I'm glad it reemerged. All y'all TikTokers and social media people out here dancing and line dancing. Y'all done bring this song all the way back round. I get to hear it in rotation because I used to be jamming this boy. Shout out to Timbaland, one of my favorite producers. Shout out to Ceelo Sugar Low, one of my favorite unique voices in hip-hop, R&B, funk. Man, these two are the greats to do it, man. So let's get into these bars. How could I possibly be inconspicuous when my flow is ridiculous? Man, listen, you can't hide, you cannot be seen with a voice like Ceelo's. Even when he talk, it's gonna make you turn because his voice and his sound is so unique. Plus, he always spitting them bars, man. Ceelo is underrated when it comes to them bars. Could he been on the top 50 list? I don't know, maybe. Ceelo is definitely unique. I got him in that same bracket as like Jadakiss, as far as that voice that stands out, that uniqueness. They both be spitting bars, but it's like a different realm of bars. But Ceelo is definitely unique, man. He can't be inconspicuous because his flow is ridiculous. Get it to the next one. That's quite an accent. See, I'm from the South, but some of the most beautiful things come out my mouth. Man, it's just different. Living down here in the South, even though y'all don't consider us down here in Florida the South, we more of the South than a lot of people, man. We Florida. We the bottom of the map, so give us our credit, man. Listen, our slang different down here. We talk different. We come up with all kind of different words. I don't feel like I got an accent. Y'all let me know as y'all listening to this. Like, can you tell I'm from the South? I don't know. I don't know if I got an accent. I ain't well traveled. I just sound like people that's around here. Let's get into the next one. And I'm on stage just as soon as I come out the house. So I might just give y'all something to talk about. Down here, we do a lot of talking, slick talking, soon as we hit the door. Like in basketball terms, shout out to my OG, man. That man say, soon as he hit his grandma porch, he wide open. He need to be guarded soon as he on his grandma porch, dog. Dog, we be coming up with some of the craziest, slickest junk to ever say, dog. It be funny, but it be like, damn, he really tripping saying something like that. That's crazy. But as soon as we hit that door, man, we ready to talk. Let's get into the next one. I bust a rap to make a blind man believe in the boogie. And if you can't hit a move with C, then boogie, come on. Yeah, that's stand out. If you bust a rap to make a blind man be like, oh, I can see that. If you bust a rap to make a blind man be like, oh, I can see that, that's a vivid line, and get up and start boogieing, you tough. You tough, man. Shout out to Ceelo, man. That's a tough line, man. That's a prime example of you can be jamming, the music can be jamming, and you can be getting your bars off. So I don't want to hear no excuses for it, man. Let's get into the next bar. This one from Timbo. Here comes Timbaland. I'm also from the South. I like them girls with big butts and goals in their mouth. Definitely got to have that down here in the South. Got to have the cheeks, them cakes, them yams, whatever y'all call, you got to have that down here. For me personally, I'm just saying me, because everybody don't like all that, but I definitely got to have that. Shout out to the Wiffy in there. Oh yeah. Now the goals, I can do without the goals, but that's definitely a Southern thing. Like, especially if you in that age of, y'all 50 now. Y'all almost 50 now. That age that's 50, the gen before our millennial group. And y'all already know, boy. Y'all, the generation they got that 2 gold front. Y'all already know, boy. That was the era. 2 gold front. Open face, closed face with a diamond or something in it. Shout out to my mama, executive producer. She still got hers. She part of that 2 gold front. She got the 2 in the front, open face with the diamond, all that. Boy, y'all, that was a crazy era, crazy generation. Everybody seems like that's from that era. That's in their 50s or almost 50 right now. Got that 2 gold front. Shout out to y'all. That's how I do it down in the South. Let's get into the next bar. I come from the back roads in a dirty house. If you leave the door open, moms will cuss you out. So I ain't come from no dirt roads and none of that. That's some places in the South. We got streets. We in the city. But I get what he's saying, because out there in the sticks, out here in Florida, it's definitely dirt roads in the dirty house. But that ain't where we from out here in Tampa. We ain't got that in Tampa. We got city, we got houses, apartments. We develop down here. And y'all know, because there's too many people that move down here, man. Think about moving back. Go visit your people. Don't come back down here. If you leave the door open, moms will cuss you out. Growing up, you cannot play with that front door, because you're going to get cussed out. You're going to get cussed out. I'm going to say this right here, and I'm pretty sure y'all listening to this going to finish it as I'm saying it. You leave out that front door, you either going to be in or you're going to be out, in or out. Make a decision. Ain't no running back and forth in and out that house, letting air condition out that door. Shut the door, in or out. Yes, sir. Next bar from Timbo. I got a big dog in the front yard. Best believe that bite hard. I know growing up, just about every yard had a dog in the front yard, the backyard, or the side yard. And I know that specifically because it used to be fruit trees everywhere. I don't know what happened to them. I got a little conspiracy behind that. Ever since they came to our neighborhoods, putting them little triangle things in the trees, all the fruit trees died. All the fruit trees died. You used to have to try to fight, get round the dog, grab the fruit, and be gone. So I definitely relate to that, man. That's why that stand out. Next line from Timbo. I got a granddaddy who think he Joe Clark, and that's how we do it around these parts. Oh, when you want me to come? Now the Joe Clark, I'm assuming he's talking about the principal from Lean on Me. And that's exactly how them old men used to act back in the day when I was younger. They would sit there and be straight up and down with you. Don't play no games. Give it to you raw. Pause. Dang. But man, that's exactly how those old dudes used to be. They'll see you doing something wrong, or they think it's not the right thing to do. They gonna let you know about it. They might cuss you out. They gonna tell you about your whole family rundown. They gonna tell you smoke crack, don't you? If you smoking crack, they definitely gonna let you know if you own it, man. Shout out to them old dudes, man. They kept the neighborhood safe, though. I don't even know if there's any more Joe Clarks out here in these neighborhoods, man. We need more Joe Clarks. We need the neighborhood safe. I think the old heads, I think that's what's missing, man. I think that's what's missing. Let's get into the next line for Ceelo. You see, I do what they won't do and can't do, but gonna wish they did when I'm done. Well, that's how you talk your talk right there. So he's telling you, you ain't even think about what I'm gonna do. You won't even try, or you can't do it because you ain't even have it in your mind to do it. But once you see that I done did it, you can be like, dang. Like, yeah, that's how you got to be, man. You got to be outside the box. You got to think outside the box. Do what they won't do, can't do, but gonna wish they did when I'm done. That's a tough line. Let's get into the next one. With a smile on my face, give the trophy for second place right after I won. I don't even think there's nothing to say about that. I'm going to leave it just like that. I don't even think there's nothing to say about that bar. I think that's self-explanatory right there. Let's get into the next line after that one. Shake his hand, firm like a man, but talk to him like a son. And this way, I can still be a little something to everyone. See a little disrespectful, dog. That's an asshole line there. That's something I would have said. So I'm going to interpret this. I think it's two different meanings to it, but I'm going to go with the first part of what I think. I'm going to shake your hand firm like a man, and I'm going to talk to you like a little boy. That way, I can still be an asshole to you. That's my first interpretation, but it's just me. Second interpretation, I'm going to shake your hand like a man, but I'm going to talk to you like a kid and encourage you to do better. That way I can still be an inspiration to you. I think that's what Ceelo was saying, but my interpretation, like I'm going to talk to you like a little jit and tell you to get your shit together so I can still be an asshole to somebody out here. That's just me, though. That's just me. Could be completely wrong. I think it's more the second one, but that's just my take on it. Next bar. And with that elegance, I rock climb to reach hints from God's relevance. That's tough, man. Ceelo always got something speaking about God or a higher power or something in his verses, man. So I had to do a breakdown of this bar, because that's something deep right there. The line suggests that he pours grace and sophistication, metaphorically compares the pursuit of knowledge and understanding to rock climbing. He climbs metaphorical hints given by God to gain insight of guidance of life. The phrase implies that he seeks wisdom and enlightenment from a higher power. Man, that bar right there, tough, man. Let me read this thing again, man. And with that elegance, I rock climb to reach hints from God's relevance. That's tough, man. That is tough. Again, that's another example of you can be jamming, have a club song, and still put a message in your songs. This is prime example of this. That's why I rock with Ceelo, Goody Mob, Outkast, and them so hard, because this is what they do. This the last bar on it, and this how he ended the song. Poised position in the plush of relevance, and I'm outstanding, outspoken, which is the unequivocal evidence. It is in an instant, vintage as it's ever been, ever since. Oh, so let me break this down line by line. Poised position in the plush of relevance, being confident, well-placed, and having a prominent status in a particular situation. Next lines, and I'm outstanding, outspoken, which is the unequivocal evidence. Remarkable and unafraid to express their thoughts and opinions. The unequivocal evidence means that their outstanding and outspoken nature is evident and indisputable to others. The last line, it is the instant vintage as it's ever been, ever since, implies that the exceptional qualities have been present and appreciated for a long time, making them timeless and classic, hence instant vintage. I think that's the perfect line to sum up Ceelo and his whole style, his whole flow, his whole presence. Shout out to Ceelo, shout out to Timbo. This is definitely a classic song, man. I'm glad it got reemerged by y'all TikTokers, line dancers, and all them people, man, because this song definitely a jam, and I feel like it was slept on in 2004 when hip-hop was a little gritty and grimy back in that time. People weren't really dancing like that. I was part of that because everybody, 50 was in the streets hard. So people weren't really jamming to songs like this. But, I'm diverse. I want to shoot them in the face. I want the dancing. I want the horns. I want the bass. I want the jams. I want all that. And that's why we got the Play It Loud podcast, so we can hit different genres of music, break down the bars, talk about them, and we just keep this thing rolling, man. So that's the end of the episode. Song for this episode, Ceelo Green, I'll Be Around, produced by Timbo, featuring Timbo, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, staying engaged with us. We had a great last episode, a lot of engagement, a lot of shares. I appreciate y'all feedback, man. Keep submitting your songs. I'm going to keep breaking them down, going over the lyrics, how to connect with us as people, and we're going to keep this thing rolling, man. Again, I'm your boy Jay Solo. This is the Play It Loud podcast. Let's go.